Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D., home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. I'm talking about Clock Blockers. What's going on? How y'all doing? We here early. Early. I hope y'all hit that like button as soon as y'all came in. Thank you for joining me. I want to say good morning to my Fins family and my Fin-laws right here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Super excited. What's going on, everybody? Guys, it's Victory Monday. Victory Monday. I don't care how pretty it looked or didn't look. It's Victory Monday. And just as Marty said, Pats took an L. Bills took an L. Jets took an L. But you know who didn't take an L? Them Dolphins. What an O, baby. Sitting on top of the division. All alone. It feels so good to be alone. Sitting at the top. I like it. I hope you like it too. Guys, if y'all like it, what I want y'all to do right now, go hit that like button. Hit the like button, okay? Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please go hit that like button. Help us out. Help me out. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do. And if y'all want to subscribe to the channel too. All right? If you also want to become a member of the channel, people like Andrevius. What's up, Andrevius? Andrevius. What's up? Undefeated, never lost all day. I'm just saying. I'm going to drop that link, Russ. Don't even worry about it. Big Dougie B, it's a W. That's all that matters. Trey Burton, he's a part of the family. Chef Zhu's a part of the family. Who else is a part of the family that's up here this morning? Who else do I have in here that is a member of the channel? Let's go. Like it. Big Dougie B. I already said Big Dougie B, but he's here. I like it. Eric Carrier, what's up? Eric was at the game, ladies and gentlemen. He said, Fins the F up. Dolphins fans in the stadium yesterday held it down. Shout out to you Dolphin fans up in Foxboro. There is no doubt about that. You guys definitely did your thing. I saw a couple of you guys on the TV. I didn't see you, Eric. If you were on, send me a screenshot. But I saw Finn Sticky. Who else did I see up there? I saw a couple of other people. I was looking for you, Eric. I didn't see you up there. But I know you were there because I saw your drive home last night. Y'all had a good time up in Foxboro. Shout out to the Southern fans of New England Dolphin Fan Club. All right? Andrevius, tell Pete, don't forget our bet, or he's not going to show up this morning. I like it. Shout out to Eric with the $5 donation. Guys, if you want to donate to the channel like Eric did, one of 3 ways to do it. Use the YouTube Live Super Chat. You guys can do the PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network, or you guys can do the Cash App, which is also MSM Podcast Network. Before I get going into anything, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of the show, Tailgreeter. What is Tailgreeter, Stephen? Well, a tailgate is a way for fans to express their love and passion for a team and city. The community in the parking lot allows everyone to be themselves no matter where they are or what team they root for or where they're from. When it comes down to it, there's no denying the allure of the game day experience. And tailgating is the glue that holds it all together. If you guys are going to be at the Hard Rock this coming up Sunday, which I will be. I'll be flying out late Thursday night down to the 305. I want you to go to tailgreeter.com, type in East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. Again, East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. Make sure you type that in. You buy your ticket for the tailgate. You guys show up to East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. You guys will have food, drink. There'll be entertainment. I'll be doing a live pregame show from there from 10 a.m. to noon. It's going to be good times. It's going to be amazing. Solo D is going to perform. Y'all want to go to the best tailgate, you go check that out. Also, go head over to East 12 because they're amazing too. Love East 12. But yes, East 32 Dolphins tailgate. Make sure you go check it out. What else I got up in here? Chef Shu says, I'll be there Sunday. I like it. I like it. One more thing before we get going into this morning's show. I want to remind everybody, we have a new segment starting tomorrow. I'm super excited. Daniel Ofasui, I don't know. I'm still making sure I say his name right. Daniel Ofasui, the new beat reporter of the Miami Herald, will be joining me tomorrow and hopefully every Tuesday for the Dolphins report. So I'm super excited about that. Shout out to the Miami Herald for helping me set this up. So we're going to have a beat reporter on every week, and he will go do a Dolphins report, and we'll go over the game, and we'll prepare you for the upcoming game. So I am super excited about that. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel and I actually are from a lot of the same places, so I'm super excited to be hanging out with him. So make sure you join us tomorrow bright and early at 8 a.m., and we'll make sure that happens. There's not going to be as much music as there is in the morning. I'm still getting all prepared together and everything this early in the morning. But guys, we won. Today's the follow-up in Foxboro. We won 17-16. A win is a win. What does he say in Fast and Furious? Family. But he also says, oh, dude, I almost had you. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. A win is a win. And that's all I know. And you know what else I know? I am super glad that we paid X every single dollar of that contract. Shout out to X-Man. Shout out to X-Man. That's the shirt that I should be wearing today. I should go change. Take off Sam. I love Sam. But go put on my X-Man shirt because X saved the game, as Marty said. It don't say join, just share, report, and save. Okay. All right, let's see here. Chef Shu says, I'll be there Sunday. Tell TD that's what you pay for. That's what you pay your playmakers for, Trey Burton said. Shout out to TD, Dougley Do Wrong, Allie. If you guys missed the pregame show yesterday, you guys missed a pretty awesome time. We were down in Naples, Florida, Rancho Munga, I can't say it. Rancho Munga, California. Rancho Cucamonga, California, for Fins Up SoCal. We went to Jersey and hung out with Dougley. We went to Central Florida, hung out with TD. It was good times. We had a great time on the pregame show yesterday. And then we even saw Gorilla Luke invade Patriots bar in Naples, which was awesome. So, guys, if you missed a really awesome pregame show, go back and check it out and be prepared for this Sunday's pregame show, the Tailgreeter pregame show, right here live. Although next week it's going to be from 10 a.m. to noon, so make sure you check that out. Bernard said, trying to join the membership. Okay, hey, look, I got you right here. If you want to sign up to become a member of the channel, here's the link, because the link in the description for some reason isn't working at the moment. But here's the link in the channel, in the chat. You guys can go ahead and join right there. There you go, Bernard. Sign up, become a member. Let's go. All right. So anybody who wants to become a member, I want to have you. All right. Are you guys ready to talk some football? I want to hear from you. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the platform in here for you guys to come onto the panel today. Before I do start bringing you guys on, I'll let you guys all get in the backstage. Let me tell you my thoughts about the game. A few things stuck out to me. Number one, when everything was all said and done. I know I don't see delusional Patriots fan in here, Eric. You are 100% correct. You're 100% correct. I hate the fact that so many people are quick to trash talk when we've known this for weeks. Would struggle early in the season. The Pats have a good O-line and defense. They're a good team. I'm not denying that. But they're not great. Okay? And I'm not hating Mr. Ballgame. What's up, Mr. Ballgame? Super excited. I hope you come on, Mr. Ballgame, to talk to you. Look, here's the reality. We won. We won. And if I'm honest with you, there were a lot of things that really made me upset. Number one, we weren't just playing the New England Patriots yesterday. We were playing the referees, the New England referees. There was some egregious non-calls and egregious calls that were made. There is no way in the world that is roughing the passer. There's no way in the world that's roughing the passer. Not on this planet, not on any planet. And if you want to, if you want to argue with me on that, please feel free to do so. But literally, the man is falling down and turning backwards. My man is going to rush the quarterback. There is no way in the world that is roughing the passer. And mind you, guys, if he doesn't, if that call's not made, they don't go score a touchdown there. So it's not as close as people think. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know. Instead of 17-16, it's 17-9. Maybe 17-12. I don't know. But it's not a touchdown there. Because it goes to fourth down and they got to go kick a field goal. I'm just saying. The referees, if we had those ref calls right, we win the game easy, Marino goes. I don't know if we win it easy, but the score is not as close as 1 point. I know that. I just want there to be some accountability with refs, and I don't think that will ever happen. Ever. And that's what bothered me last night. As we're getting into the last 5 minutes of the game, we're not getting these calls. The calls are going against us. I'm like, holy crap, are we playing Brady again? It just felt very similar to years past. It felt, oh man, this feels like so Dolphins. This is such a Dolphins game. And we're going to blow it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and say that I didn't think that. I did. I 100% did. But I also know that this team had what it took to win. And here's the best part. They didn't throw at all to X's side yesterday. So then you take X out of the game. But what does a player like X do? He gets himself input into the game and then makes an amazing play. And if you watch a lot of the tackles yesterday from our defense, they all were doing the same thing. Shout out to Bernard, the newest member of the channel. Thank you, Bernard, for joining the channel. If anybody else wants to join the channel like Bernard, sign up, become a member. I'm just saying. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to join in the chat box again. Sign up, become, just like Bernard. It's common knowledge that when you're on the road, the calls aren't ever going to be fair. Just have to keep executing and push through it. And they did. This ball game's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. That Holland, it was sweet, made dude flip. Hey, man, that was crazy. But if you watch the tackles yesterday, you will see a lot of the defensive players punching at the ball as they were trying to wrap up. And that's what a defense like that does. Here's another part. Did we get an interception like I predicted yesterday? No. But did we get turnovers? Yes. And our defense and our offense made the most of those turnovers. And when you have a team that's going to do that, guys, I'm just letting you know. Here's a reality yesterday. The AFC East, the Dolphins scored the most points in the entire AFC East yesterday and also gave up the least amount of points in the AFC East yesterday. Andrevius, I would love to know where Delusional Cheatriots fan is at. He said he was going to be here, win or lose, but I don't see him. Maybe he forgot that we came on at 8 o'clock this morning. They definitely played that ref yesterday. They spent all that money in free agency and rookie quarterback, and it was week 1. All right, well, look. All right, 2 more things I want to bring up, and then I'm going to bring on the panel. Number 2 thing that really bothered me yesterday, here's the all honesty. I just feel like we've been doing this for 20 years. Can't stop the run. My heart went deep into my stomach when we had the injury at the beginning of the game on our defensive line. I was like, are you kidding me? The biggest guy on the defensive line gets hurt. He came back. It was good. But we couldn't stop the run. And I'm telling you right now, teams are going to find that out about us, and we better find a way. And here's the thing. I trust Flo. Flo's going to find a way to make sure that stuff stops. But we cannot expect to win games if they're going to run it up and down our throat. That's not going to happen. And we can't expect to beat Buffalo next week. I'm just saying with that. Did anybody see our LT get knocked on his ass on the sack on Tua? Bernard, we have a swear jar here. If you swear, you donate to the channel. Look, here's the thing. Liam Eichenberg yesterday had a few plays where he just looked horrendous. Horrendous. But he also had some good plays, too, where he looked good. And guess what? It's a rookie offensive lineman starting against a top-tier defense in the NFL in the very first game. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He will be fine. I'm not worried about Liam Eichenberg. Some of those plays were bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they weren't. But he doesn't cause me for concern yet. Ryan AP said Jalen Phillips got messed up on one play that I saw. I was making way more concerned at Mac Jones carving up a defense. Looked like a vet out there. All right. I'm going to admit something that I don't want to admit. Mac Jones is for real. I'm not saying he's not. The kid looked good. The kid looked good. Tua is for real, but Mac Jones is for real. And there was a lot of similarities I saw yesterday that I remember seeing for the last 20 years. And the biggest thing that I saw was he was calm, cool, and collected. He did not get rattled. I don't like Mac Jones, Andrevius. I'm just saying I got to give him his props. Because one thing you're never going to hear me do on this show is straight bash a player after I'm wrong. And I was wrong about Wack Jones. And I will keep calling him Wack Jones. But the kid's good. And he showed me something. He showed me that the Patriots are going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem. Belichick's going to make that work, I think. And they're right, you know. If you looked at the play, he was tripped by Kinley. Stuff happens, but it wasn't Eichenberg's fault on the sack. We were playing zone coverage. As soon as we swapped man-to-man, he stumbled. But he also had a lot of time to throw the ball. He did. He didn't get rattled. That was my thing. He didn't get rattled. We praising him like he balled out or something. He dinked and dunked the whole game. Same stuff as Tua sucks when he does. They say when Tua sucks when he does. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Do us a favor, Stephen D. Mute your mic. No excuses, mate. You want me to sit here and lie to you? New England is a better team than I thought they were. I thought that they weren't going to be crap. I thought the Dolphins were going to kill them. And the reality is they were a better football team than I thought they were. But you know what else is a reality? The Dolphins are a good team too. Everybody thinks that a 17-16 game is a bad game. Everybody thinks, oh, we just squeaked one out of. Guys, good teams find a way to win. Let me say it again for people in the back. Good teams find a way to win. Okay? And the Dolphins, do you remember like 5 or 6 years ago? Maybe even 7. There was like 8 games one year that we lost by 7 points or less, 7 games. 1 possession. 7 losses out of like 9 or 10 that we had. 7 of them were by 7 points or less. 1 possession. And a wise man once told me, shout out to Jeremy Kahn. I don't know if you know who that is, but Jeremy Kahn is a sports announcer up here in Baltimore where I live. Good teams find a way to win. And the Dolphins found a way to win yesterday. When all hope was lost, they had somebody there named Xavien Howard who made the play. And you got to remember, we weren't just playing the New England Patriots yesterday. We were playing the New England referees too. How are you supposed to beat 2 teams on the field? But we did. We did win. That's all that I know, and that's all that matters. We're 1-0. And the Buffalo Bills, 0-1. The New York Jets, 0-1. And the New England Patriots are 0-1. But the Dolphins are 1-0. Wire to wire, baby. Let's stay up at the top of the division. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? I said the Dolphins were going to be 2-0 after the first 2 weeks. Y'all come up here and tell me if you don't want to. I'm just saying. Mr. Ballgame says, I've been saying for weeks that this team won't be a good team until they win games people don't expect them to win. All right, guys, this is your time. Let me bring you guys on. This is the reason I started early, because I wanted you guys to have the platform to be able to talk. This is the number one Miami fan morning show for number one Miami fans, you all. So I just put the link in the chat to come on up here, and let me bring on the first three guys. I got Al, Russell, and Big John. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, Stephen D?
What's up, man?
How y'all feeling? I need to hear more energy from you. It's Victory Monday.
It is.
man.
It is. I want to get the bad out of the way first.
We can talk about the good first. Why we got to talk about the bad first, Russell?
Because there's more good than there is bad, in my opinion.
Oh, Mr. Ballgame, I'm gonna bring you on in a minute. Don't you worry about it, there, Mr. Ballgame. I got you. Go ahead, Russell. I'm gonna let Russell, Al, and Big John say their take first.
So, first revelation, Jalen Phillips was completely non-existent, and that is not good enough for the 18th overall pick. Number two, our run defense, as you said, is still suspect, and I still don't understand the release of McKinney. I think that he would have changed the whole atmosphere of our run defense yesterday. Number three, I think our linebackers in coverage are freaking awful. And then we need to use Gaskin more than we did, because his average per carry was much higher than any other running back on the team. I don't think they utilized him enough. There was a couple plays where he danced in the backfield I didn't like. And overall, I expected more from the defense for the first game, but I'll take it, because X is the freaking man.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
So let's get off the bad, hit the good. Tua played fine. Did I expect a little bit more? Yes. I knew the O-line was going to be an issue. To me, the biggest issue on the O-line yesterday, believe it or not, was the interior, in my opinion. It was Solomon Kinley in particular who had the rough game. On that screen that Gaskin had plenty of room to take off on, that was Kinley's doing. He missed his block, and he had like 20 yards of open field. So he blew that block. I mean, just like Ballgame said, he stepped on Eichenberg's foot. I think Eichenberg outplayed Jesse Davis. I think Jesse Davis is a bigger concern at this point than Eichenberg. And I like Eichenberg better at left tackle already over Austin Jackson.
I know. Where's Estefan when you need him? Who said he was going to play? I'm just saying Estefan was up here talking trash. All right, hey, Russell, let me get these other guys in here real quick.
Go ahead.
Al, what's up, man? What is your take on yesterday's game?
Good morning, Stephen D. How are you today?
Good. Hey, man, it's Victory Monday. It's all
yes,
good.
Yes, it is. You guys got a taste of what it was like in the 70s and the 80s when the Dolphins put up a win early in the season. Now the point here, what you want to do is follow it up with another win. Whichever way you got to go about doing it, do it. That's what comes down to. I don't care if we win by 1 or if we win by 20. You start putting pressure on the other teams that when they play us, they got to win.
That's right. Al said
and if
it.
they don't, they get deeper in the hole.
Preach, Al.
We're digging the hole already now. It started. We broke the ground on the season. The first nail is in the coffin. We had different things that were good. Eichenberg will get better. He'll put some more weight, some more muscle on, and he won't be pushed around so easily. There's guys
100%.
that yesterday, a lot of these chat rooms, where they're already talking about Eichenberg being a bust. The guy hasn't even played one play yet. But you guys already were telling us that he was a bust.
Hey, look, here. Hey, delusional Patriots fans in the chat room, people. Delusional Patriots fan is in the chat, and he did change his picture. He's a man of his word. He's late to the party, but he is a man of his word. Now,
by the way, bro, you're 43 minutes late.
delusional Patriots fan.
Not you.
I'm about to tell all these fans to smoke you, so you need to take this L for a minute. Chat room, get on him. Let's go. Go get delusional Patriots fan. Be nice. He's a big supporter of the show, but go get him, boys and ladies. Go get him. Okay, what's up? What's up, Big John? I want to bring Ball Game and Trey B up here. Tell me what your thoughts of yesterday's game were.
Like he said, bro, I'll say it a little better, but the same thing. I mean, whether you win by hook or by crook, as long as you get it done, you get it done. I don't give a damn how it happened. Period. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't beautiful. It was ugly, but it's a AFC East rival. You know they know you better than any other team. So you're playing a mirror image. So the fact that you were able to make one more play and get it done is all that matters. Jalen Waddle, like I said, is a badass, and he proved it yesterday again. And
Got that right. Him
the rest
tackles was nasty.
And the rest is history. And by the way, I'm just glad I told everybody Buffalo was going to get their ass on, and they did. I told everybody, people sleeping on Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Sam Darnold. Thank you, Sam Darnold. I appreciate Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers against the Jets, and I appreciate Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers against the Bills. Okay, let me bring in the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Ball Game.
Mr. Ball Game.
What's up, Mr. Ball Game?
What's good, fellas?
Well, first of all,
hello.
I'm so excited that you're on my show, man. Good morning.
Morning, Ball Game.
Yeah,
Good morning,
I'm
Mr. Ball Game.
Hey, everybody on the panel. I'm driving in, you know what I'm saying, going to work, so I figured I'd chime in a bit. I was watching the game yesterday on my way back from a. Can you hear me?
Yep, the floor is yours.
And I kept watching all of the comments, and I kept thinking to myself, like, what did people really expect in the first game of the season? Like, you're down to 3 preseason games. They had to go through. They got an offseason behind them, but teams don't. I've been saying this for weeks, man. Teams don't really establish their identity until like week 6.
Mr. Ball Game broke up. Mr. Ball Game break up. This don't happen on TD's channel or Finside's channel. Mr. Ball Game breaking up. It happens on mine. I'm just playing, Mr. Ball Game. I know you're heading into work.
That's because he's driving right now. Go ahead, Ball Game, take it.
And can you hear me?
Yeah, we missed the last part of what you said.
Oh, no, I was just saying. I said what I saw was a continuation of a young group of O-linemen trying to figure out their identity, trying to figure out how to work together for the first time in real live action, which is essentially what we're going to deal with in the first 6 weeks of the season because of the shortened preseason and the fact that at this point they decided to go with no true veterans up front. These are going to be the struggles that we're going to have, but I like them because it's going to galvanize this group, right? The more they fight together, the more they'll fight for each other. So I don't necessarily see a lot of negatives. Patriots have a really good offensive line, right? They've always had a good offensive line. They've always been dedicated to running the ball. We knew that going in. And I think I said this probably about 6 weeks ago. We was going to be bend and break. But in the red zone is where we would make our money at. Most teams weren't going to be able to score touchdowns. So that's what I saw yesterday. I mean, I didn't think at any point that the Patriots would be out here trying to have Mac Jones trying to throw 50, 60 yards. You know, yeah, that Mac Jones, yeah, who?
Mac Jones.
50, 60-yard bombs, you know what I'm saying? I figured they was going to dink and dunk us, but they was going to lean on the run game, which is what they did. That's been the motto. I mean, that's been the modus operandi for a long time. So I just figured like we was going to have to make more plays than them, and we did. our best player on the team. So I'm okay with what I saw yesterday, just because I kind of figured this was going to be the outcome anyway. First couple of weeks going to be a struggle. Buffalo going to be a little different monster because they don't have the front. They don't have the front seven like the Patriots do. So we should be able to run the ball on them a lot better. And we just don't need to get into a shootout with Josh Allen. So as long as we can get pressure up front, which we should, because the Buffalo offensive line is not as good as the Patriots as well. I don't think anyone in the division has a better offensive line than the Patriots, to be truthful with you.
They looked good yesterday. They looked really good yesterday.
They've always been solid, bro. For the last 15 years, they've been solid. So, we sent 5 on blitzes. They blocked 6 and 7.
Mr. Ball Game is drowning.
Mr. Ball Game, you're breaking up.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that's all I got, man. I mean, it's a good win. A W is a W, bro. So
A W is a W. All right, let me bring in my man Ivan up here because my man Ivan is all decked out. What's up, Ivan? Look at you. Look at Ivan. Ivan, take yourself off mute. There you go. Take yourself off mute. There you go.
My bad. Here we go. What up? What it is?
Are you wearing a cape and drinking out of a mini Dolphin?
Yes, I am.
I love it. I love it.
I work 3 to 11 this week, so I told my wife I'm cleaning the house and cutting the grass dressed just like this.
Ivan, where do you live?
I live in Rochester, New York. I was at the Buffalo Bills game.
I love it. He's straight up wearing Dolphin stuff in the middle of Bills country.
Oh yeah, dude, I was. Nobody said anything to me though. I was a little upset.
They weren't like, hey, the Dolphins play in New England this week, not in Buffalo.
No one said anything to me, man. I was a little upset. They were worried about the Steelers. That game was crazy, buddy. That was a crazy game.
Hey, Ivan, maybe you were our good luck charm there.
Here's the thing. So, when something bad happened, like when they blocked that that punt later on in the game.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes left, something like that.
Bro, I seen it happen before it happened. I'm like, why hasn't this dude kicked the ball yet? And then all of a sudden, boom, and here I am. I'm like, no, like out loud, but in my head, I'm like, yes. I have to do that because my wife's a Bills fan. She's all decked out, and so I was like, man, I can't believe this. Darn. Oh man.
In other words, what you're saying is you wanted to sleep in the bed. I got you.
Yeah. I wanted to sleep in the bed. I got a nice bed, bro. But no,
he's like, I didn't want to sleep on no couch.
On the floor, forget the couch.
This game gave me a heart attack, bro, because for the simple fact is this. I have an app where I can watch the game, but the problem is I was stuck in the parking lot at Highmark Stadium. I didn't get out the parking lot for an hour, and then so the game's obviously done around 4:30 or so. I didn't get home until 8 o'clock. I only live 45 minutes away. So I was stuck in the parking lot for an hour and then through the streets. So I told my wife, never again am I parking in the parking lot. I'm just going to park on the side of the street or at one of the people's houses. That's what I'm doing, bro. But I had to listen to the game. So I had Doug Lee on doing the live stream, and then I had my XM radio on listening to the game. So I'm listening to Doug Lee. I'm watching him. I'm driving, and dude, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I thought, you know what I mean? I thought we would have played better.
Yeah.
But like everyone's saying, dude, that offensive line that the Patriots have, man, there's legit. Something else.
It's legit. You can't knock it. You can't knock it. Let me bring in D1 Fin Squad Enforcer. What's up, D1?
Morning, top of the morning, winning morning to all y'all. What's up?
My brother. What's up?
You saw how we were smoking on that McCorkle last night. eating that Big Mac tonight was good.
What's up,
I'll
D1?
take a win. Look at y'all somber faces. Y'all should be ecstatic about this win.
Over here, son.
What the hell is wrong with y'all, bro?
Look at Ivan. Ivan is decked out looking like Dolphin superhero. I'm just saying.
People in here looking like we lost, Steven. Why we in here looking like you lost, bro?
Nope, I didn't
like,
lose.
Like we're not Tua
sandwich last night.
Like we're not Tua and 0 versus these Patriots. Like Tua's not Tua and 0. Like we ain't like Tua hasn't beat them in Foxboro and in Miami. I mean, what was good?
The Dolphins have beat the Patriots now.
Tua's the youngest quarterback
3 out of the last 4 games.
Exactly. This shit. I'm sorry, Corey. This starting to look. This starting to go towards the swear jar. I gotta get you the swear jar.
I think that's
man. No, we gotta swear on Victory Monday. Damn it. We gotta swear on Victory Monday, Stephen. You gotta at least give one.
It's not even that. Tua is the youngest quarterback to be 2-0 against Belichick, not just 1-0.
He's the youngest quarterback to beat him in Foxboro. They said.
Yeah, I know.
He's the youngest quarterback. So why are we all somber? Y'all take that win any way you can.
Look. Internally, internally, I'm extremely excited. But my 2-year-old daughter is next to me watching a movie, and I'm trying to get her to go to sleep. All right?
Yeah, I got you, Don. I got you.
You can't ruin Moana. Bro,
I don't need it. Nah, she's watching Luca, dude.
Oh, that Luke! Oh my God,
Luca.
Trey B, what's up, Trey B?
What's up, guys? Man, way to start off the season with a W over the Patriots.
Exactly, man. Smoked that McCorkle last night, man. Smoked that McCorkle last night.
What's some of your thoughts of the game?
Overall, man, offensively, I don't think a lot of people notice that Bill Belichick, his main thing to the game was to get pressure on Tua and take away Gesicki. And when he took away Gesicki, he made Tua pass outside the numbers. He couldn't go across the middle of the field. He was either checking it down or everything was outside the numbers. Gesicki in the middle of the field was completely taken away. And I think Tua struggled a little bit with that, so that's why we had to run those quick passes and the RPOs and the quick check downs. But realistically, I like the way our offensive line blocked and run blocked yesterday, and I think we did a good job out of the pistol formation when we was running the ball. So I think we need to do a lot more of that in the upcoming games.
Well, we're gonna have to do something a little bit different. We're gonna have to do something totally different against Buffalo. Trey, I don't mean to interrupt real quick. I just want to bring this gentleman on. Some of y'all love him.
Go ahead.
Some of y'all love to hate him.
Please tell me it's not
love the man. We know the TD Fitz talk. What's up, TD?
Oh, okay.
TD, let's go.
I'm hurting, bro.
Why are you hurting? Hopefully in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way. We got the W. That's all that matters. And I love what our team did overall. It showed resilience. It showed strength. Man, I'm just worn out. I didn't realize I would wake up feeling this worn out, man. Like literally my body
getting old. TD, you getting old. That's what it is.
Bro, I streamed for 11 hours yesterday, bro.
Nah, bro, you sprained your thumb, changing channels.
That's a full-time job right there.
Instead of getting the ice pack, TD, get a Mac pack. Put the Mac pack in.
That's what the close games do to you. They make you scream like crazy and
dude, it was funny. I got like 5 text messages after the game, all from like friends that are not Dolphins fans, and they were like, "So how are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm exhausted. Like I'm straight." It was mentally exhausting watching that game yesterday.
I think it's just to build up this whole off season, all this talk until this game. The whole thing was exhausting.
Yeah,
the whole thing was exhausting. But we'll take the win. Howard, that's why you are what that's why you're getting paid what you paid, Howard. That's why you're getting paid what you're getting paid.
Trade him neither, TD. That's why you can't trade X, TD.
We don't need Xavien to get interceptions. We don't need Xavien to get interceptions to make an impact on the game.
Here's the thing: turnovers. Turnover is what we want. Hey guys, I got the man, the myth, the legend himself. Pete is in the building. What's up, Pete?
Hey,
Pete,
what's going on, guys?
Hey, you called that score, Pete, but you were backwards, homie.
He's backwards. I hit Pete up on that.
I can't believe he called that score. I really can't. I can't believe he called that score. We all got to give Pete a round of applause for getting that score right, even though it was backwards.
But for the wrong team, though. But we give him one clap. It's only one clap.
You know, I was so happy.
One clap.
You know, look, this game yesterday, guys, it was so fun, right? But it was exciting, but the offense is so boring. The offense is so boring, guys. What are we gonna do? I already feel like we're in trouble.
See, B, why can't you be optimistic on Victory Monday?
No, y'all need to
I'm
stop.
not.
I
being
just
beat up.
want to, you guys are not upset that Mac Jones clearly looks better than Tua? Like, clearly.
Who?
Mac Jones, the guy you guys don't like.
I see that the Patriots O-line is clearly head and shoulders above ours. I've seen that.
So two things, Pete. Two things I said this morning. I said Mac Jones is better than I thought he was, which he is. Okay. I'm going to give props where props is due. But I also said that New England's offensive line is clearly 10 times better than our offensive line has ever been in the last 15
we barely got Mac Jones off that spot. And I commend them on those third and long. On third and long, converting them.
Go ahead, TD.
Y'all have to stop this mess, man. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all know how many times Tua got hit yesterday?
I don't remember him getting hit.
He got hit 3 times. Do you know how many times Mac Jones got hit yesterday?
At least 10.
A lot more than 3 times.
7 times.
Okay.
Y'all, listen. Y'all, their offensive line. Tua got hit 3 times. Mac got hit 10 times. 7 times.
I like that multiplication.
We have to stop this, man. Listen, Mac Jones. Let me say this. I got to give that kid credit because let me tell y'all some of the things y'all got to just be honest and admit. What Mac Jones did on that field, when we sent corner blitz, every time we sent the blitz, he knew where to give it to us. He knew how to command his O-line pre-snap. He knew what to audible into. He knew every single check and read he needed to know in that game. And they still lost.
Jones
and they still lost.
They still lose.
But y'all got to give that kid credit.
Let's not forget that the only reason they scored a touchdown was off of a BS roughing the passer call on Landon Roberts. Other than that, I doubt that they would have even got a touchdown yesterday.
I
wasn't going to be on.
I want to say something real quick, TD. I want to say something real quick. Let's remember one thing. He did play well. Nobody had any tape on him in the NFL. So we'll see what happens in game 2. He did play good, but I want to see what happens in game 2 when they get some film on him. Because ain't nobody know what he does well yet. So they can scheme for him. We'll see what he does in game 2. I don't think Miami's going to play him the same way.
I was very impressed by Mac Jones on those 3rd and longs. 3rd and 11 completed. 3rd and 7 he completed. 3rd and 15 he completed it. I give them that.
He always hit his hot read. Every time the blitz came from the corner up the middle, he knew who his hot was. He knew who the mic was. I just got to give him credit. I'm not even trying to praise him, but when I saw his press conference, I wasn't worried about Mac Jones until I saw his press conference. This man came in there in everything he said. Well, I just got to be better. I got to do better at this. I got to do better at that. I have to do better. Man, but one thing I saw him do at his line of scrimmage, y'all want to get that O-line credit. That man called his protections on the line every single
as a rookie in his
he
first
personally
game
called out Jerome
NFL.
Baker twice. He called out 55
I
twice.
heard him
Call out
up.
Sammy Guavin twice. 49 Mike, 49 Mike. Like he let his O-line know who your guy is. There was zero confusion. And I'm not trying to stir up any controversy. Even yesterday, did you see any moment of that from our quarterback? See, that is the next level of football where you're actually calling out the mic and communicating your protections, not just the center, because it's the center and the quarterback's job, but we leave it up to the center. Our quarterback has to make sure he's doing that as well. And Tua, I think, had a fair day.
They might not want him doing that. They might want the center.
Here's
it depends on whose call it is.
That's a problem.
Here's another thing too that I think people are forgetting. People are forgetting we only gave up 16 points. And by the way, we also gave up we had the least amount of points scored on us of any AFC East team. We scored the most points of any AFC East team. I'm just saying, like, I know next week's a different animal. I get that. And we'll talk about next week later on.
Hold on. You scored more than any other AFC East team? I thought.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
What the Bills have? What they score?
14, right?
They only scored
13. 13.
Okay.
The Jets had 14, Bills had 13, and obviously the Patriots had 16.
Okay.
The Bills had 13. Like Are you sure about that?
Well, they had a 10-0 lead. I know that. They had a 10-0 lead on the Steelers.
No, they scored 13, man. Pittsburgh stomped them, man. I kept calling Cap. I'm like, Cap, what happened now, bro? Me and Cap had like 5 conversations.
It was
Josh Allen had some wild throws yesterday.
16.
I got a question for TD when everybody's done.
Go ahead.
TD, I know we've kind of talked here and there. This upcoming Wednesday, I'm available. Is there any possible way I could get on the AFC's roundtable with you so we can both enjoy watching Master of War bro? Because I feel bad for not being able to help you when you was sick, and I want to get on there and have your back, bro. I'm so excited. I really want to get on there with you, dude.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'll see what I can do because I have 2 other people that I've already committed to for that week.
Right.
But if anything changes, bro, you know you're gonna be third in line. I hate to say third in line, but it's just a reality, bro.
Well, I've already been going back with Master at work. Already been going back and forth with Master at work yesterday. He already said he's not honoring any bet. He said he's not honoring any bet.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He blocked.
He said already because you know how he hate my guts, so he in his feelings enough. He talks to me, but he said like I said, I got in the Twitter chat. I got pictures of him saying. I got screenshots of him saying he's not honoring any bet and he's going to find a way out. He already has an out on it. So, hey, that's why I don't like making bets with Patriots fans.
Have y'all talked about J.C. Jackson's comment?
Nah.
Okay.
What he say?
By the way, I'll get to that later. But the Gesicki thing, did y'all hear what the fans said on my show last night?
No.
So I even believe that they took Gesicki out of the game because he was a non-factor, right? But there was a fan that was in his car with his jersey on driving from the game, and he came on my show last night. He was like, "Thank you for letting me," because he hit me up on IG and said, "Bro, I got some major news insight. I went to the game." So I let him on the show, and he said, "I know y'all think that New England took Gesicki out of the game last night, but that's not actually what happened. He said, I always go to the Patriots game in Foxboro every year, and I sit at the top, and I get beat up by the fans every year. And this year I said, you know what? I'm going to sit right behind the team and get a quality view of this game." And he sat right behind the Dolphins bench at the 50. He said, first row. He said what happened with Gesicki was, do y'all remember that Waddle catch where he caught it for like 6 yards, and then he ran for more yards across the field for like 15?
Yeah.
He said on that play, Gesicki was wide open. He beat his guy to the corner, and Tua didn't throw him the ball, and he went off on Tua. He was yelling, jumping up and down, screaming, going off on Tua. And when he got to the sideline, him and Flores started having a shouting match with each other. They were going off on each other, and that's when you saw come in the game. No, Hunter Long played some, but the other tight end.
Smythe had a lot of snaps.
Yeah,
Smythe had a lot of snaps yesterday. I was wondering what the heck was going on. I just thought that was just the game plan. You know, we wanted to run a little bit more, so we're gonna put Smythe out there more.
Think about it. Did you even see Gesicki on the field much after the first quarter?
Bro, I didn't see him on the field much yesterday.
Yeah, they said.
And I just thought that was part of the game plan.
No, they wouldn't take him off. They would want them to game plan so they could expose other areas.
I mean,
they said
the only time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the only time I saw Gesicki out there was on third downs. The first 2 downs, he was barely out there, and usually he was flexed out when he was out there.
Yeah, they said that's exactly what happened, man. He was going off. Basically, he was mad at Tua, and Flores got in his face about it because that's like showing your quarterback in front of everybody. He got in his face about it, and then they were going back and forth. So, man, that's something to watch, especially Gesicki being in a contract year.
Wow. Yeah, he wants his numbers.
That surprises me because he's been glowing about Tua in this training and off season. Like, that's weird because I felt like their chemistry has gotten better. That's odd to me.
Well, and I will say this because it gets frustrating, bro. Whenever you're going through play by play and you're beating your guy and you're not getting the ball, that locker room is more fragile than people think. That locker room, I'm telling you, bro, I've heard from sources literally that they weren't happy about what happened last year. They feel like Tua didn't earn the start. Whether we disagree on that or not, a lot of people in the locker room, they felt some type of way about that. And coming into this year, that's the type of stuff that can really start growing to be an issue. And you can't lose that locker room. But Flores, I think he yelled at Gesicki because you can't do that on the field. Basically showing your quarterback up.
Omari in the chat said Tua played bad. I don't think Tua played bad. I don't think Tua played bad at all.
Tua had the bad interception, which he said that he tried to throw away.
He didn't play bad. He just he just didn't play good though. He played fair.
Here's the reality. All I want to see is progression. And next week, as long as I see progression against Buffalo, I'll be fine.
I give him.
I mean, we're not gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
I give him that pass too. It's like I didn't see progression yesterday, but I didn't see regression. Yeah. And it was the first game of the season, so it's like, okay, pick up where you left off. We really don't like that where you left off, but at the same token, you did not go backwards. I guess what frustrates Dolphin fans is that when you look around the league and you're like Jalen Hurts, you're like Herbert Burrow, you're like, I mean, so many young guys, you know. I mean, it's Mac Jones. When it just makes people feel some type of way, honestly, because some of these teams look like they're starting to get an answer, and we're still trying to see, you know.
It's only week one. It's only week one. I'm sorry. I mean, Jalen Hurts played the Falcons. They looked like a JV team yesterday, and he torched them. And
he straight did. He straight did. And Devontae Smith had a big game too.
They looked disgusting yesterday. The Falcons.
Yeah, but here's the point. Here's the point that I'm making. The Dolphins played a great D yesterday, and our quarterback looked fair. But if they go play the Falcons and he torch them, then we make it fit. We start feeling like he's the guy of the future. But Jalen Hurts played the Falcons, and it's like, yeah, but he played the Falcons. That's my biggest fear is that every team in the NFL gets 11 games a year where your quarterback is probably going to rip them apart. But then those other 6 that really have competition, you can't keep having fairs.
Granted, but based on what we know of the Patriots defense, you don't think they'll have a top 6 defense this year? Top 5?
What kind of defense you think we have this year?
Should be top 5.
Did Mac Jones play fair?
Wait a minute.
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Stop. Mac Jones played great. What are y'all talking? What did Mac Jones do yesterday that deserves
critique? You asked the TD. You asked the question, did he play fair?
He didn't make the normal rookie mistakes as a quarterback.
Since this show has come on the air this morning, I've been giving Mac his praises.
Forget the mistakes that he didn't make. He did everything right.
That's the point.
What are we talking about?
TD. I'm not saying that he did.
No. I said, did he play fair? No, he played great.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
take a look at the Jets quarterback.
New England might have a top. Y'all say New England might have a top 5 defense, and that's why, it's okay that Tua play fair. The Dolphins might have a top 5 defense. Mac Jones played great. This is what I'm talking about.
But it's also a defense that the Patriots run also, because we basically mirror each other on defense.
Okay, that's the same situation that our quarterback had. You're making my point. Both of them had the same. You can say both of them had the same situation. The only
Tua was the one that put up the two touchdowns.
So by the way, Mac Jones. Let's get something straight. And see, now we're going to get to the point that I'm hating on Mac, and this is not what I'm trying to do or be about. But here's let me bring some stats to you here, TD. Number one,
run them all. 76% completion.
He 29 completions for 281 yards.
29.
75%. Hold on. On 13 less completions, Tua had 202 yards.
Okay,
that's
what's
one
your
big
point?
play, 2 big plays.
Hold on. If you're looking at the stats, what are the yards per reception? That's all that matters.
I mean, I don't have that up there. I don't have the big thing.
I had it up. Mac Jones had more yards per reception, so that kills that point. He had more yards per receptions. So if Mac Jones would have had 13 less, he would have still had more yards per receptions. He would have still had more than 202 yards.
I mean, look, here's a reality. Tua didn't play bad. Mac didn't. I don't think Mac played great, but I think Mac played a hell of a lot better than
what I'm asking y'all is, what could Mac Jones have done better yesterday? It's going to be hard for you to tell me. What could this man have done better?
In the end zone more?
No, his teammates needed to protect the ball more. He did everything he needed to do. He drove his team all the way down the field for his runner to fumble. What could he have done more?
Make that 3rd and 5 pass to the right
I would like to answer that as far as
one play on 35. Every other third down. Did y'all see his third down conversion?
Yes, I brought up the 3rd down conversion.
So first, I want to tell everybody good morning. It's a Dolphin Monday with a W. Good morning.
Good morning,
I'm so excited about that win. Y'all know the only thing we wanted was that win. But as far as the quarterback comparison, we know that Tua did not have the protection that Mac and Cheese had. We also know that there were quite a few drops by our receivers / tight end. So I feel like, Tua did better than what the stats show. Mac Jones, he played a beginner game. Those play calls were little dink and dunks all the way down the field. He did do a good job. He got a lot of help from the referees. We know that because we did get to him. So I think in comparison, if you compare stats and you have actually seen the game, which I know y'all did, but and think about what happened on the field, I think Tua played much better than a lot of people are giving him credit for.
And I think he didn't. What I don't know. Listen. I don't. That's all fine. The opinions are fine, and I respect that. But what I'm saying to y'all is, first of all, y'all got to break that game down. Tua threw a 30-yard pass, the 36-yard pass to Jalen Waddle that was short, where he had to turn around, come back and get it. He threw a 30-yard pass to Devontae Parker where he dusted J.C. Jackson, had to turn around, high point the ball. Those are the only 2 plays that made his day. Think about it.
There was a few passes to
Parker. Outside of that, that was the scheme to Parker, the RPO, faking the handoff, getting a quick slant that was wide open to Parker. Those are going to work all day. But let me say something about this protection. I can't stand where everybody keep talking about this O-line. Mac Jones got hit 7 times, Tua got hit 3 times. Another thing about this so-called protection, Mac Jones was calling his protection. He saw where everything was coming from. He literally told his O-line where it was coming from and what to do. He literally, every time he hiked the ball and noticed the corner blitz, he hit his hot read.
Well,
This
what
is
he
what
had,
it takes. This is
what
what it takes for you to make your O-line look good. Mac Jones made his O-line look good.
what he had was inside information, Vanoy.
So not the max protection hot seating. So the max protection they had didn't count.
Pamela,
What
I
are you
love you,
talking
but you
about?
can't use that. That excuse doesn't play with me.
What
and
excuse?
Here's why.
What excuse?
She said that Mac had inside information from Van Noy. Tua has the same information about how that defensive scheme is going to be that Mac had about us, in my opinion.
Well, but not for the last 3 years.
But
we're talking
Belichick
recent.
defensive scheme has not changed. That defense has looked the same way for 20 years. It's not like they did anything different than what they've been doing to us for 20 years. Right or wrong?
I hedge on that a little bit.
TD,
but I'll
right
tell
or
you
wrong?
what, that was something else that ticked me off was Van Noy over on our side of the field. Like, we're walking away from the play and he's over there walking in our guys, just running that mouth, boy. I'll
Pam,
tell
he
you
feels
what.
some type of way, Pam. He feels some type of way about what we did to him.
Well, I understand, but that's
by the
just
way, let's get
nasty.
something straight. Van Noy has a right to feel the way that he does too.
Well,
Like,
I
I'm not even gonna
understand
be mad
he
at him.
feels, but those guys on the field didn't do that. That wasn't their decision.
But Pam, that's part of the game. That's part of the
I
game,
know,
Pam.
but he, doing it once, okay, but he kept doing it and doing it. Go play like a professional. You're getting paid to play a game, dude. You know how many people would love to be in that position?
I'm not mad at what Kyle Van Noy was doing. We did him wrong, or he felt like we slighted him.
We did do him wrong. But
we
it's
felt
part
like we
of the
slighted.
game. It was a business decision. I'm not mad at it.
And there's going to be a bunch of these because what they say yesterday, there's 10 players between the two of us, between the two
There were
teams
10
that played
players
with each
that
other.
played for both squads.
10.
4 coaches
10.
coached on New England's coaching staff. Like, our teams are so interconnected, it's crazy.
All I'm saying is Mac Jones helped his offensive line call his protections.
I agree with that.
There are times where I could see Mac Jones basically telling his tight ends, do not go out for routes. Stay right where you are to help because of what they're sending. That is what I'm talking about. Everybody's talking about max protection. Not every play was max protection. And then whenever you have max protections, sometimes Mac Jones told him that I need max protection on this.
Tua averaged 12.9 yards per completion.
He averaged 7.5. He averaged 7.5.
I've had 4 or 5 people say it's 12.9. So what are they seeing that you're not seeing?
Bro, I'm just looking at it right here online. Let me check ESPN's math. Give me a second.
While TD is checking that out, let me say a couple of other things. Number one, I'm not mad at yesterday's game.
I'm not either.
We won. There are lots of things we can improve upon, but I'm telling you, there have been plenty of games in the last 20 years that have been very similar to that game, and we have lost those games. And we found a way to win that game. And even if that way was Xavien Howard making the incredible defensive play that he did, I'm not. And by the way, everybody thinks that's luck. That's not. That's practice. That's practice. That's him doing that drill over and over and over again, so that when you get in that position, they're ready.
How many times we saw when they went for a tackle that they were trying to punch the ball out?
I said that from the beginning of the show.
They were trying to do that every time.
An opportunistic defense. But I got something interesting saying. Then I got to get out of here, guys. I got to get ready for work. But what I wanted to say was I actually just got off the phone with my boss, and he's a Bengals fan. He thinks we beat Buffalo.
We're not all perfect.
Just saying.
See how Jamar Chase all of a sudden
learned how to
we beat Buffalo week 2, guys. So
he's insightful.
Anybody see Jamar Chase all of a sudden find his hand? Jamar finally found his hand.
That's why I don't give the national media.
I got to get off here, Steve D. Thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks,
TD, it's a pleasure as always, fellas. Rest of the panel, all you guys.
Bye, Rose.
Let's go.
Have a good day at work, bro. Victory Monday, bro. Enjoy it.
So one thing I'd like to to point out too is that how many times have the Chiefs won a game by 3 or less points? Just by the hair of their chinny chin chin, they'd win a game, and the national media was they find a way to win. We win in a tight game just like that. Well, we survived or we hung on. That's crap. And
Hey, you know what? Here's an answer. And TD brings up a good point. Okay.
Because they quarterbacks went off.
No. But I have to admit, it's all about perception, right? It's all about the eye test. And the eye test and the perception is that when Matt got up to the line of scrimmage, he was reading out defenses. He was making his offensive line look good in the way that he was doing it. The other thing was, Ennis, I've dropped the link twice now, I think. The other thing is that, I just never hit chat. My bad, Ennis. The other thing to that is that Tua just is not as vocal at the line of scrimmage. That's it. I think Tua evades the pocket better than a lot of quarterbacks in this league.
Yes.
His pocket presence is great. But it's a matter of perception and eye test. And the reality is Matt Jones, who is a rookie who started his first game, looked better than Tua, although I think they played the same personally. That's just my opinion. They played very similar.
I'm giving a slight edge to Mac Jones because he
slight, but take into account hits on the quarterback, take into account drop passes, take into account bad play calling on you know what? We have talked about this. Can somebody explain to me why Jacoby Brissett played that second play?
Because if he didn't, he might not be sitting here as a winner. The third down, he's a bigger body, and if you look at even how New England played those plays where Jacoby was in,
that was such a cluster.
You needed that big body to fall forward
and
move through. Tua does not have the body strength nor the height to pick up that first down. I mean, he can, but it's harder.
That
was a game plan. That was smart.
Talking about the execution.
How can you talk about where he called timeout?
It was smart. It was so smart.
It was smart for them to put Jacoby in there. For it, yeah,
you're missing my point. That first time they brought him in.
You mean the first time?
Yeah,
the
first
time. Same thing. 3rd and 1.
No.
Okay,
he's talking about the second play on the first time.
No. I think what happened in that situation.
Penalty.
I think what happened in that situation was they realized that they wouldn't have enough time to sub it out because they were still trying to figure out whether it was a first or not. Then when they identified it, they should we swap? Because time is running down. All right, line it up. And then what they did was try to get the offsides real quick. Because they were going to call a timeout, but Jesse Davis jumped off sides anyway.
Jumped off. Yep.
He jumped off.
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
That was just a situation of they were seeing if they had the first and they realized, oh crap, we wasted too much time taking a look. Oh, we just line it up, Jacoby, line it up. Because if you would have brought Tua in, he would have had to get everybody in the huddle. He would have had to call a play, which they didn't even have a play dialed up, honestly. They did not have a play dialed up after that.
No, they didn't.
And that was a little bit of preparation. They got to do better on that. But that's what happened, man.
But as far as the play goes and bringing in Jacoby, he goes in there and New England knows exactly what we're fixing to do. And he got the first downs anyway.
Yeah, because that's how much of a high percentage. That's how much of a high percentage it would have been with.
I know.
Rashad, hold on. Let me get Rashad and Ennis in here. Rashad, Ennis, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Rashad. Okay, well, I agree with TD on his show when he said Tua needs to work on reading more progression. He did it in preseason, but he didn't do it in that game. And I want to say, as far as Matt, he played good. I ain't gonna say he played great. Great is him pulling the victory out. I say Tua played good because you going in a hostile environment last year, no crowd noise this year. That one mistake, if we would have lost, we would have been driving him. We would have been killing him. But they won the game. He managed the game the best that he could in a hostile environment. We ain't looking at that. The first drive and the second half, the first drive, Like, what are we talking about? He did good as far as you going into a hostile environment on the first game with crowd noise that he didn't face last year. I ain't riding him like he did all great, but he didn't do it all bad either, like the haters was expecting.
Exactly,
But I agree with
and yeah,
TD. I agree
and
with TD.
I give the slight edge to Mac, and that's only slight because in Tua's first drive to start the game, he scored the touchdown, and then the drive after halftime, he scored a touchdown. He looked better in Mac than any time that whole game on those two drives. It was concise, it was accurate. He took what the defense gave him, and he finished it with TDs. So that's why I'm only giving a slight edge.
Rashad, go ahead, and then I'm gonna let TD talk because TD looked like he about to lose his mind.
Well, how I feel is I'm gonna go off of what TD loves to say. We gotta stop running zone because clearly we don't know what we're doing. We're getting picked
Not
apart.
as much as we do, at least.
We get picked apart when we run zone. So I wasn't surprised watching Mac Jones throw it down the middle of the field and hitting these receivers for diving catches. The defense looked better than ours, for one. Their offensive line looked better than ours, for two. And for three, I don't know what happened after that first drive, who the play caller was, or that first quarter, who the play caller was when we had 5 carries for 28 yards. We was getting Gaskins had 5 carries in the first quarter for 28 yards and ended the game with 9 carries. I don't know who.
Abomination.
I don't know what happened, but that was a big part. That offensive line got destroyed.
Oh my gosh.
You can call it TD. You can call it how you want to call it.
I want TD too because TD about to lose.
Tua didn't even get destroyed, and y'all saying the O-line got destroyed. You know who got destroyed yesterday? Ryan Tannehill in that offensive line. That's what you call the offensive line getting destroyed.
I'm not saying that Tua was getting sacked up or Tua was getting hit. Tua was getting hit, but I'm talking about literally just watching the offensive line. Jesse Davis getting ran over. Eichenberg getting lit up by Uche, or wherever you say his name is.
TD.
Like
TD.
Our offensive line was on the ground more than
we did
Tua
win.
Was.
We did win, TD.
No, that's not it. That's not it, Steven. See, this is what we'll do. Tua will hike the ball and immediately throw it to Parker for a 12-yard reception. Everything was perfect, but one of the offensive linemen literally got blasted on his back, but it had no impact with the play. Man, this offensive line, the job was done. That's what people need to understand. Every quarterback is dealing with this in the league.
Wait. So you're saying that
Mac Jones did it too.
What y'all didn't notice about Mac Jones is when he delivered that ball, he was getting whacked. This man was getting whacked.
So
y'all didn't see how many times this man got destroyed and made a big play. But what y'all talk about is when Tua gets destroyed and he missed the play. It's the whole lot. Mac Jones was getting whacked yesterday.
I'm not just talking about passing. I'm talking about running this way.
I feel like they were like 1 second away from
But you're saying our offensive line
was doing a good job of getting the ball out because if he had kept the ball a second longer, it would have been over.
Our offensive line played just as well as Tua.
No. Our offensive line versus their offensive line is what I'm saying. Our offensive line looked better than theirs.
Did our offensive line look better than theirs?
Was in sole possession of first place after week 1. Has to be since the 80s. Shout out to Still Drew for the $5 donation. All right. Let me ask you something, TD. Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously people in the chat, not everybody, but a lot of people say that you're hating. I don't think that it's hate.
It's fine. They don't like objectivity because it's their guy.
I'm trying to ask and create a point at the same time. My point is, when you're coming at it from the view that you have, which I agree, is you try to look at it from the most unobjective way possible to be able to say, is Tua doing a good job? Is our offensive line doing a good job? Well, let me read the stats. But are you not somebody that also understands? And I'm asking, I'm not critiquing or anything. Are you somebody that sometimes will take the eye test over numbers? Because numbers aren't everything.
Not at all. I do a combination. But I actually would rely on my eye test more than the numbers.
I would hope so.
So what I see happening on that field, y'all have to understand, I evaluate the game and how we play on a scale of, is this Super Bowl worthy? What else matters to you as a fan?
I want to win a Super Bowl.
What's the goal here?
Win a Super Bowl.
I know it's week 1, but every week I am going to be critical of how we play, because at the end of the day, when you get a Super Bowl, some of those same characteristics that you didn't like cannot happen. What is the true goal for a fan? And at the end of the day, I want a Super Bowl. So I evaluate every game. Was that a Super Bowl worthy performance? And guess what? If we play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it was a Super Bowl worthy opponent. A performance from every team. But you know who got a great defense? The Cleveland Browns have a great defense.
Well,
great
not
defense.
Not in the fourth quarter of yesterday.
Well, at this end of the day, that's the whole point of the matter. Even great defenses. Just imagine our defense not giving it to us 4 quarters, because sometimes they get tired. You cannot rely on this defense to be the ones that bail you out every single week. Who on here can truly tell me the way that the game was going yesterday, if Xavien Howard didn't get that fumble, that we would have been able to go down and score and win the game in 1 minute? Who can confidently say that?
I can't. I'll be honest with you. I can't.
So we always, it's okay. You cannot rely on your defense to bail you out every single time. Your offense has to do better.
Hold on. So
okay,
you agree with me?
I'm not going to give him excuses, but here you have to also wait until we get next week's results when we get the other receiver in.
Wait. TD, you agree with me then, right? Because I don't think we look good at all, but it sounded like you was disagreeing with me at first. But
in regards to what?
So our defense didn't look that well versus a rookie quarterback.
Rashad, we gave up 16 points. That was it.
Yeah. It's a rookie quarterback, and he was literally picking. Well, I'm not gonna say he was picking us apart. He was dinking and dunking.
We gave up 16 points.
We gave up 16, but it could have been a lot more.
So yeah, but their offense is designed in a certain way.
But to that point, Rashad, the defense stopped it from being a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I bring a little perspective to this discussion?
What's up, D-Dub? How are you, Dwayne?
What's up?
That's a nice way to stay positive.
What's up? I don't want to go old school, but how many times have the Dolphins lost games just similar to this, where a defensive play wasn't made, where they failed to close out a game in the 2-minute, 4-minute segment of the game with the offense and allowed the team to get the ball back and score the winning touchdown with like 8 seconds left or 47 seconds left? Listen, it is all part of a process, okay? The Dolphins in key segments of the game did more than what they needed to do to win the game. First drive, score a touchdown, take the initiative. Coming out the half, score a touchdown, take the initiative. Okay?
Before the half, score 3 points.
Before the half, score 3 points to even it up. Okay? Situational football, they won against one of the best situational football teams in the last 20 years. You have to be happy with what happened. Stop being so negative about what didn't happen and think for a second as to what really transpired in that game. You saw a defense that continually closed the door on the Patriots offense in the red zone, in the scoring zone. You saw an offense in the Miami offense that when it was time to actually run the ball, they ran the ball successfully.
You got it exactly. They ran the ball,
and that's what you want to see. You want to see where our offensive line, when it's really crunch time, do exactly what they wanted to do and needed to do. Okay, and they did that. No matter what all the other things that happened in the game, when it came time to make critical plays, they did that. And as a Dolphin fan, when you think of all the times that they failed in years past to do those things, you gotta put everything in perspective, guys and ladies. You gotta put everything in perspective. They accomplished some things today that we haven't seen in a while. First of all, Flores getting his first win, being successful in those critical situations. These are things that we've been waiting for and crying for years. And now today they've done that. But everybody wants to complain about one or two plays.
You're on mute, TD.
TD stepping away for a minute. Dwayne, so first of all, Dwayne, number one.
I agree with everything you said.
Yeah. Let me say, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing fine.
On this Victory Monday, okay? That's how I started the show. I said it was Victory Monday up here. Nobody wanted to believe me. I don't know if nobody wanted to believe me.
I thought we were going to do this.
I didn't catch the beginning of the show.
I thought we was going to do this whole negative Nancy stuff on Tuesday and Wednesday, not Victory Monday. I thought we at least wait a day, bro. Like, can we wait a day?
Not this fan base. No way. They're always negative, the young guys.
We just can't.
Right. You know what this tells me? It tells me that this fan base has PTSD. It tells me that this fan base doesn't have any idea as a collective unit, not individually. I'm not talking about everybody. It's going to take us as a unit to win a playoff game, to go deep into the playoffs, to have an MVP type season from our quarterback. Something like that it's going to take for the fan base to come together, because the reality is, at the end of the day, there's going to be a side of the fan base that's very critical, and there's going to be a side of the fan base that defends it. Right? Defends the
I can be critical. I can be critical as well. But when you think about, you won first game on the road, division rival, you can't be anything but happy. Okay? Tua played pretty good. He didn't play great. He didn't play bad. He played pretty good. He made some throws, and there were some throws I'm sure he wishes he could have back. I'm sure there's some decisions that he wishes he could have made a different choice, a different decision. All that being said, a W is a W. Is W. Okay? We can go, like you said, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We can critique it. They're going to be critiquing it. You heard Flores right in his presser after the game. Yes, there are corrections that we all, including himself, that have to be made from this game. And there'll be corrections from the next game that they'll have to do. It is always looking at what you did good, what you did bad, working on those weaknesses and building up those strengths. But guys, ladies, stop with this is why people nationally say negative things, because we're pushing out negative things rather than pushing the positive. We push out the negative, they take a hold of it and they zoom with it instead of just thinking about that W, thinking about the fact that this is one win that can make us towards the AFC East Division title, could make us towards maybe if necessary getting that wild card, getting that home field advantage. These are the type of victories, and it's 1 point. But guess what? Who cares? It's a W.
TD, let me ask you a question. What is your take on the fan base itself here? Because this is supposed to be Victory Monday, and I live up here in Baltimore. I know what Victory Mondays on the radio sound like here. They're very positive. There's some critique, but I will say our fan base tends to be very critical even after a victory.
Right?
More than usual.
No. First of all, I love what Dwayne said, but it's a bunch of crap. And let me tell
you got to come better than that, man.
No, don't worry. I'm a back. No, okay. Dwayne, my guy. Don't even start there. Y'all don't know that. Dwayne is my guy. But listen.
Yep.
Let me tell y'all. This is why I say it's a bunch of crap. Because, and maybe crap is a strong word for all y'all sensitive people, but trust me, Dwayne's not offended by that. But it's simple. It is Victory Monday. But here's the problem. You talk about all the positive things like I did last night on the post game. I talk about all the great things we did, right? The problem people has, and this is the real issue in the community, let's enjoy the freaking positive, but don't make the positive this over-exaggeration than what it was. Don't sit here and try to see. This is what I'm talking about. Dwayne, you're saying that everything needs to be positive, and this ain't directed to you, but let me tell you what a real problem in the fan base is. It's not, people are being positive, but when people are trying to beat up the O-line, that ain't positive. But the reason why they're trying to beat up the O-line is to make a certain individual look better. That's not positive. And it's nothing wrong with people coming to the defense of the O-line. And in order to come to the defense of the O-line, you have to say a few things that may come across negative about what really happened.
Well, those fans don't want to see a clear, transparent picture. They want a slanted, one-way picture. Those are the ones that I'm talking about as well.
Dwayne, isn't that a perception thing? Isn't that a perception? Because the way I perceive it's going to be different than the way TD perceives it. And I'm just using that as
I don't think it's perception. I think they go into the game hoping for a 150 QB rating, 5 touchdowns, 400 yards. And if they don't get that, there's a reason. And they look for any reason other than the fact that it might be the decision-making of the QB to justify that reason. Now, I didn't think Tua played a bad game. I didn't think he played a great game. I thought that
I agree with that.
He played well. He played. I'm not gonna say fair. I'm gonna give it better than fair because he won. He made some decisions.
He won up in New England.
Are we all saying the same thing, but have different feelings about it? That's what it sounds like to me.
So what I'm trying to say is this: stop coddling the guy. Accept what he does.
Thank you.
And don't give excuses. But by the same token, don't look for reasons why he didn't throw for 400 yards try to blame it on somebody else.
What's the difference between nitpicking and being critical?
The difference between the two is something you can't measure because it's the intent, and you don't know what someone's intentions are,
and you don't know where they're coming from. So you can be critical and be objective. Hold on, you can be critical and objective. But if you're going to be a nitpicker, there's a certain lack of objectivity to that critique.
Thank you. You have a point, and that person would actually have a point. They'll have evidential proof that, see what I'm saying? And versus no, that ain't what happened, blah, blah, blah. You're just making it that way. You have substance in it. But people Even if
but
you
I
have
feel like
substance,
people
attack you.
can take numbers and make them look however they want to prove their point.
Yeah,
It's not, for
definitely.
me, it's not numbers though. For me, it's not.
So let's look at it this way. Okay, let's just look at one pass. Okay, the pass he threw out of bounds, 4 or 5 yards out of bounds.
That was going to Parker.
No, not that one. The one to Ahmed on the fly route. Okay. Now, it was an incomplete pass, 5 yards out of, basically away from Ahmed. Now, you could say, okay, he just made a bad throw. That's one. Or you could nitpick and be like, see, now that's the proof that he can't throw balls long. See, there's a difference between objectively critiquing and nitpicking, and then trying to use that nitpick to make a statement, a blanket statement on somebody's athletic ability. That's the difference.
But I haven't heard people do that. I've heard everybody on even that exact play, Tua missed the pass on that.
But I'm just using that as an example of what the dialogue could be if
somebody said double covered on that play. See, this is what I'm talking about. They said double covered on the play when Ahmed had his man beat, clear as day.
He had him beat.
And when the ball went out of bounds, then the safety showed up. People, this is what I'm talking about. They make those excuses. They make it seem like that play was justified out of bounds because double covered. This is what I'm talking about.
And then they'll be back to repair it and then do that.
A lot of times what happens is they don't even look at whether the quarterback was under distress or not. They just turn around and say, look at the results of the play.
Nah, you got to go look at those big plays that were missed. Hey,
Terrence
it
said,
wasn't a distress situation, bro.
Terrence said, preach, TD. That is the guys that are coming from one-sided, low football IQ fan base, and they attack everyone else instead of the real issue, the quarterback. But I don't think that's the case either, Terrence.
Listen,
Mac Jones missed on some throws too. I'm confused.
Wait, what'd you say? Say that again.
Mac Jones missed on some throws too. So I'm
Which
confused.
one? Which one? Which one?
James White for first down.
This man in the whole game, and I am not exaggerating, this man missed one pass. Everything else he threw was either legitimately perfectly thrown with tight coverage and a bat down or something like that. This man missed one throw that I criticized.
Talking about Mac Jones?
So he only had one completion. He only had one incompletion all game.
You see how people have selective hearing? What did I just say?
Yeah, but TD, you got to also look at what type of percentage of throws that he's playing, that he's throwing. Is he throwing 40-yard bombs, or is he throwing punch and Judy 10-yard punch?
Does it matter if it ends up as a touchdown at the end of the drive?
No, it doesn't matter. You just have, because again, remember the whole drive that he had where his guy fumbled? He had perfect execution on that drive. Perfect execution. And his guy fumbles at the end. At the end of the day, people don't like hearing the truth. Our guy has to be better, period.
Exactly.
Our guy has to be better.
And he will get better once he has more
and that's
time.
fine. I respect it. Once he see, there always is a qualifier. Steven, maybe you need to play Mac Jones' press conference last night. You're going to hear a kid that is taking all the ownership for the rest of his team mistakes. He put everything on him. And then the commentators were laughing after his press conference. Oh, my gosh, he sounds just like Bill Belichick. He takes 100% ownership about things that he definitely shouldn't.
What the quarterback is supposed to do.
Oh, my gosh, man.
So it's 4-point fingers? There's 2-point fingers?
No, that ain't what I'm saying. Y'all are pointing fingers.
Like, but you talking about Mac. Who cares about him? You talking about who cares about Mac?
No. You know why you need to care about him? Because that kid is who you're going to be dealing with every single year. Let them get that man. Let them get that. First of all, let's get something straight. Do y'all know the receiving core that Mac Jones has?
Trash.
Do y'all know what receiving core? Do you know that our receiving core do y'all know that our receiving core last year with the injuries was better than this man's receiving core?
We ain't arguing that one.
So we complained last year that Tua didn't have the weapons when Matt comes out and does what he does with less weapons.
I agree.
Like, come on, let's just call it what it is.
But y'all,
it's
But when
nothing wrong.
Tua did it last year with less weapons, we jumped all on him.
Did what?
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all want to? It sounds like to me, y'all are going after Tua. I'm going after everybody, Tua and the coaching staff, because we messed up when we stopped running the ball. I don't know what are y'all paying attention to. That was not playoff football last night. We won the game. I'm happy. I was ecstatic. I was at work.
You know, Rashad, do you know what last night was?
See, I love that. You can
know what yesterday was?
The blame.
It was a week 1 win.
It was a weak win. That's what it was. It was a win.
A win is a win. You don't care how it is.
All right, Rashad. Let me ask you something, Rashad. Do you remember 6 or 7 years ago when we lost? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. It was 8 games, 9 games, 7 games by 7 points or less.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
Do you remember what the fan base said that entire time? Oh, man, it was just one play away. Oh, man, all we needed to do is change 1 or 2 plays and we would have won that game. Guys, guess what we did yesterday? We changed 1 or 2 plays and we won that game.
Steven, but what I mean is these wins are yes, it was a win. A win is a win at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. If we won like that in the Super Bowl, it's still a win. It will still be a horrible win, but it'll be a win of the Super Bowl.
Let me ask you, when the Giants beat the Buffalo Bills by 1 point, was that a bad win?
I gotta be honest with y'all. The only win that, like yesterday, that I get, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna sit here and fake it anymore. I'm not happy about the win yesterday. And let me tell you why. The only win that you could be happy about that, like yesterday, is if you win the Super Bowl winning like that, because it's an absolute game. The season is over. You won it all.
Thank you.
Yesterday showed so many flaws. Like, y'all act like there's no such thing as a win that you just weren't happy about, because we did. But there's a such thing as the other team being that's like Jacksonville playing the Jets. That's like Jacksonville playing the Jets. Whoever wins, who cares?
TD, two things. Number one, TD, 2 things. Number one, we've had crappier wins than what we've had yesterday. Number 2, we've also not played as good of a defense and had a win like that. Okay? So we won that game against the top 5 defense. I am proud of that game yesterday. Do I think there are flaws there and there are holes? Of course. I'm not going to sit here and say that there isn't. And by the way, I was saying that at the beginning of the show. But what I will say is, as long as we progress from week to week, that is a foundation. Week 1 is a foundation that we can build upon and move forward with it.
That foundation started last year, Steven.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about 2021's team.
We won the same way last year. It was the same score. Do we not get better offensively? Do we not get better defensively? Should we not have done more than what we put out on that field?
Well, I do give a pass on that because it is week 1 and we didn't go backwards, and I'm grateful for that. But Steven, we both run YouTube channels, right?
Correct.
We both provide news. It's our job to do that, right?
Yep.
Brian Flores stands on the podium. He talks about we did things well. He also talks about there's so much we can clean up and things we can do to improve, right? And it's end of discussion. As guys who stream and go into in-depth things of the team, we're doing the same thing. We talk about things well, and then we give every example of the things we did well. Then we talk about the things we didn't do well and how we can improve, and we go into every example that we can remember happened. But the problem is people don't want you to go into the examples because it starts to paint a picture, and they don't like it because there ain't all glitz and glamour. I spent an hour last night giving my post-game take, and I truly believe there were 30 minutes of positivity of what we did well, how we did this, how we did that. And then there's 30 minutes of the things that we need to do to improve and what needs to be fixed. And it's the fairest thing ever. But what people hear in their mind is 50 minutes of bad and 10 minutes of good, because it's what they don't want to hear.
But Flores can come out and tell you we did things well, and there's so much we need to clean up and things we need to do to improve. Even though his is short, he's not going to tell you all the details. It's our job to go through those details, but people don't like it. And let me tell you something. As long as people don't like what you're saying objectively, that means we actually have issues as a team. Because once we are dialing down the critique, it's because there aren't many things to critique. Then everybody will be happy. So recognize the reason why you're getting what you're getting is because there are issues.
All right. So let's compare fan bases and other teams. If I'm a Chiefs fan, and I had the game that the Chiefs, do you really think that Chiefs fans this morning are like, oh man, that was an ugly win. That was what I think they're saying. What I think they're saying is, man, that was a week one. We just didn't come out ready to go. But once we got going, we made it happen and we won.
That was a good looking win. That wasn't ugly at all. They coming back.
They were down 20-something points in the first half.
Coming back, they made adjustments. They showed that they can.
Okay,
come back.
but they didn't come.
Didn't the Dolphins make an
Dolphins,
adjustment to come out the second half?
I promise y'all. Everything. If that was the Dolphins,
we didn't score.
If that was the Dolphins, that would have been considered an ugly win.
Possession.
Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. See, this is where it gets skewed. First of all, Kansas City ran the ball just as much as us. Okay, they just didn't do well. They didn't have an amazing day on the ground, and they ran the ball just as much as us. But let me break this down to you in the Kansas City game. All you got to do is look at the box score, and it tells a different picture, right? Kansas City comes out and they instantly put points on the board. We came out and we instantly put points on the board. For literally after that first drive, for the next, let me do my calculation. For the next 15 minutes of the game,
15 minutes, yeah,
we score nothing, but Kansas City still gets a touchdown in the second quarter, right? You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Third quarter comes, Kansas City comes out, they score. We come out, we score. But Kansas City scored twice in the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, we do not score at all. Kansas City puts up another 13 points. So it's not the same way it happened. Kansas City may have started losing early in the game.
The point of my thing, TD. The point of my comment is that fan bases at the end of the day, if the Dolphins had been in those same position, we'd have the same issue that we're having today in this chat room and on this panel. People would be like, oh man, that was an ugly win for the Dolphins. They didn't do they won, but how do you give up 20 points after having a 20-point lead? How do you do this? How do you do that? Guys, it's the Dolphins. I'm trying to tell you. If we were the Chiefs, we would not be having this same conversation. It would be, because I guarantee you Chiefs fans and Chiefs radio are having this conversation. Oh man, it was just week one. They came out flat, but once they got going, they were ready to go. Cleveland's a good football team. The Chiefs haven't lived in this state of offense for that long.
Yeah.
If their team had been through what we've been through and their team had come out and played like that, they would be saying the same thing.
If they threw up 17 points, it'd be a problem.
If their quarterback had questions about the future, they would be sitting here like, man, we won, but I still didn't see. You see what I'm saying? They would be doing the same thing, bro, but you can't compare it because they're not even close to being in that situation. Their quarterback ain't even close to – their quarterback literally went 75% completion over 300 and something yards. Not even close.
I want to put it like this. We won the game. We showed a lot of positive things, but I didn't see consistency. That's my problem. And we come out here like this next week, a victory Monday.
Let me ask you: if the Dolphins win the same exact way next week,
I'm happy. I'm happy
I'm
because
ecstatic.
it's a division game and they two up on both division rivals. I'm happy.
No. I'm happy. I'm happy about the win, and I'm happy about the
same
opponent
way
that we beat. Because that's a Pro Bowl quarterback right there.
If we win it the same way, bro, you can't do anything but be happy about the playoff picture and the division picture. But is Buffalo's defense better than New England's?
No.
No,
That's not
sir.
what I'm saying.
No, sir.
Our offense better put up more points.
I would be happy.
Our offense should put up more points. I don't see. I listen. If we put up 17 points, and we win, I'm really gonna. Actually, I probably would be disappointed. Their offense ain't nowhere near as good as New England's defense, and that's just a fact.
And in my
Buffalo
opinion, all
can't
we
run
really
the
have to
ball.
do is shut down.
They ran the ball. They ran the ball when they wanted to yesterday. The problem is they didn't run the ball enough. That was their fault. They threw the ball 50-something times.
They don't have a running game. That's
when
their
they gave
problem.
when they gave the ball to Singletary, he was getting at one drive. He was getting like 15 yards to carry. He got the ball all the way downfield.
They move away from it so much because they're enamored with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Exactly.
I just want everybody to
say they show balance. You can't say they can't run they can run the ball because they don't show the balance necessary to warrant that judgment.
I did say, just so everybody knows, that the Dolphins would be 2-0 after the first 2 weeks.
I hope so.
I know. I said the same thing. So I would like to make this point about the criticisms and the fan base and the whole thing that we've been talking about. So, do we believe that our coaching staff knows what's going on in our team?
Yes.
I say yes. Do they see the things that needed to be worked on? Yes. So here's the deal. We got an ugly win, but we didn't just beat the Chiefs. We beat the refs too. We beat the refs.
That's true.
Too.
Great point.
Thank you,
Great
And
point.
the thing
You
is,
beat the evil empire.
how many times have we been up there and lost an ugly game just like that because of bad calls and things like that? We got the W. And
She's
our
100%
coaches are
right.
going to take care of the issues that we saw. So be happy about this win. We can talk about the criticisms all we want to, and it's fun to discuss and hear everybody's opinion. But in the long run, it don't matter. That team is not listening to us. They got it all together. I believe in Coach Flo. I believe in this Dolphins team. And we are going to do nothing but keep winning. And it can be ugly every time. I could care less.
Good teams.
out there.
Good teams.
Yes, they beat the
to
refs.
win. By the way, delusional Patriots fan, you beat the refs? Explain.
Yes,
Bruh.
they beat the
Lord.
refs.
Bruh.
Yes,
Really?
because
All y'all
got
gotta say is
that
Landon
one
Roberts.
touchdown.
All
The
you
only
gotta say,
touchdown was on the Landon Roberts play.
yeah,
That
that's
was
the number
bad.
one.
And then
Yep.
also they didn't rule the pass that Mac Jones threw backwards as a backward pass, even though the guy recovered it. But that's field possession.
The free
Field
play.
position as well.
How about multiple placements of the ball? There was one time, and I can't think of which one, but they go for it on third down. They are short. And you see where the ball is. You see they showed it over and over because the one guy from the Chiefs got hurt, right? So they
How about
showed
blowing
it
the
over
whistle
and
early
over.
on the offsides too?
Well, and then the
Jerry, he's
referee
not.
comes running in and places the ball, I swear, a half yard further. And it happened multiple times. So the placement of the ball giving them a first down multiple times when they didn't have it. And that's just the little stuff. I mean,
And
come on.
also that penalty flag that they threw and they stopped the play.
Yeah.
When they had two go routes called and the safety was on the left side of the field and the go routes were on the right. That's a call that Rodgers, Breeze, Brady, all the vet quarterbacks get that call, get that play to be allowed to finish, and they stopped the play.
Yes,
Yes, they beat the refs as well, delusional.
That was a touchdown all day long. If they don't stop that play, that was a touchdown. So you start taking away the touchdown that they didn't earn, the first downs that they didn't earn, and you take away at least 2 of those field goals off of crap calls, it's a completely different game.
But I will tell you that the NFL actually rates the referees when they make these kind of mistakes.
Except
they don't get into
But there's
playoff
no
games
penalty
because of
for it.
No
There's no
penalty.
punishment for it.
Yes.
You can't penalize a referee. What kind of penalty are you going to have? And you can't penalize the other team.
All right, real quick. I'm a big baseball fan. And guys, help me out. Who's the baseball umpire? Angel Hernandez, right? Angel Hernandez is a big baseball umpire. He is the worst baseball umpire there is. Let me tell you how it's crazy, though, right? He sued Major League Baseball and said, why am I not getting MLB games or All-Star games or World Series or playoff games? And they basically said, because it's in the legal document, in the document of court, it said, you're bad at your job, you consistently make bad calls and all this. But Angel Hernandez is still employed in Major League Baseball and still umpires games. They are part of a union, the same way that the NFL is. And as long as they're a part of the union and they do it that way, you're going to have bad refs. Once you're in there, you're in there. It takes a lot for you to get fired.
Which is
takes a
ridiculous.
lot for you to get fired. I agree.
If you're bad at your job, you lose your job. That's the real world.
But I also think that they should pay these guys
the
full
NFL
time.
is not the real world. And
No,
you got
of course.
guys.
Nope.
You also have these referees are legal lawyers or doctors and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why I said they need to be full-time employees.
I agree. But the other thing is about the reffing stuff is when they are consistently biased against a team or for a team.
It's always going to be
Explain
home
to me
field
why
ref.
can there not be? God, you do realize that the NFL Network now has the point spread and the over-under on their bottom line ticker. So explain to me why the NFL can't pay these referees in full time. Because the money's there. Don't tell me it's not.
Well, first of all, the referees don't want to give up their jobs. Why would you want to give up a 6-figure lawyer job for a 6 or 7-figure lawyer career for
What I'm
making
telling you is the NFL needs to make it a
$60,000-$70,000 as a referee?
They are full time.
There's a lot of people be happy with $70,000 a year, and they
I don't
probably
think it should
know
be. I
football
think they
really
understand
well.
that, Pam, but if you making 6 figures as a lawyer or a doctor, you're not going to give that up.
I'm saying don't hire them. I'm saying don't
But then
hire
you-
them. Hire
Okay,
full-time employees
but
only.
then you get even worse referees because you have to go dipping lower into the bottom of the barrel.
You put them on a grading scale. You
There's
coach
no
them
worse
up.
referee than
You
a
train them. You have
Well-
all these grading systems.
Yeah, but the problem is that they don't want these guys to be able to be bribed. And that's part of why.
We don't think they're bribed? I think they're bribed. Are you kidding me? I believe.
If anybody thinks that Donahue isn't that the NBA ref, if Donahue was the first person to be bribed, no, he was just the first person to get caught.
Stephen, you just took the words out of my mouth. So we believe that across all professional sports, there's one guy that's been bribed? I mean, come on. Look at the games Pansy plays in, for God's sake. The referees are in his pocket.
I honestly don't think it's a bribery thing sometimes. I think it's coming straight from the top of the league.
I believe
whatever
you.
league it is.
See, I won't get that
team,
too far in the conspiracy, but what I'll say is I truly believe that at the end of the day, NFL referees need to be full-time. They need to get paid more.
Yes.
They need to have a grading system in which they're graded upon, which that
they do.
Maybe you don't
They do have a grading system that they graded on.
but there are no penalties.
No
There is
penalties.
there is nothing bad that happens.
Here's where the penalties are: is that you don't get to referee playoff games or the other games where you
Yet
get
there's
paid
still,
more money.
you know what? I'm about to put money in my own swear jar. Yet there's still shitty calls that are called in big time games, are they not?
And upheld by review.
that's my
Review.
that's my
Crappy
point,
call.
right? That's my point right there when I say I feel like it comes from the higher ups, because there's no way you got all these referees that get together, then you go watch the
I
camera, then it
believe
comes
you.
back from New York and you still can't get the call right.
And if it's not the higher ups, if it's not a league supported thing, then why, for example, when the Chiefs beat out the Colts in a division game going to the Super Bowl, they were caught cheating like a big deal. Did they not lose that win and have to forfeit it?
And,
And
and,
the
and explain
Colts
to me
get
what
to go?
happened to those referees. Don't worry, I'll
Nothing.
wait. They still had their job.
Nothing.
They
They
still had
still
their
have their
job.
job.
I think they got suspended for a year. No, one referee got suspended for a year.
One. So they
The
threw
one
one
who
guy
was
under the bus.
watching the bags, the
So
balls.
They work for a union.
Yeah, they found out
You
in
cannot
mid-game.
fire them.
They
But
found out in
they-
mid-game and nothing happened. They waited till the Super Bowl
whole-
ended to and then the next season
Yes.
to penalize them. Like
Yes.
it makes no sense.
And the thing is, they're touching everybody's balls, which just sounds weird to say, but they are.
Whoa, Pamela.
They are, they know what it feels like. They know the first time they touched that ball, there was something wrong. And they know,
real quick,
it came from the top. I'm just saying.
Estefan, the floor is
What's
yours,
up?
Estefan. What's up?
Good morning,
Estefan?
y'all. Good morning.
Good morning, Estef.
Man, I was off today. I woke up late, y'all. So, and I don't know. I felt like, to be honest, when I woke up, I didn't feel too good about myself. I just got to be honest with y'all. So y'all can feel how y'all feel. I know I've heard some of y'all's opinions and everybody's mixed, but I just got to keep it real, y'all. On a positive note, though, the offense, a lot of people were wanting to trade away DVP, and this is exactly why I would debate those people and tell them he was our most reliable receiver and a guy that you need somebody like that in the playoffs if you want to go to the playoffs to be able to bail you out, which is what he did yesterday.
Exactly.
DVP showed up, and also Gaskins. I got to take my hat to those guys because I love me before pre-draft. I was really wanting Najee, and I'm okay with what we got. I liked Ahmed out of the Wildcat. I feel like he hits the hole quickly, and we don't really don't. I know Brown played in the game, but I feel like in the draft we could have just went and got Carter from Carolina, the guy that the Jets took. So I mean, that's the positive for me. That's what I got out of the offense, and Tua was it was his first game on the road. He was intermittent. He started off good, but you gotta throughout you gotta flash in between the two. You can't just do something in the beginning.
Okay. All right. I got Estefan. I gotta start wrapping up, and I want to get TD's final takes on what he's got going on today.
All right.
Who, me?
Yeah, no, the person that is
Oh,
called
my
TD
bad.
Finstall.
Well, I guess I'm about to go live right after you finish up. The video will be titled Miami Dolphins Victory Monday. All 53 guys contributed to the win. Team win. That's the title. Miami Dolphins Victory Monday. All 53 guys contributed to the win. Team win. Can it get any fairer than that?
I love TD.
Could it get any fairer than that?
No, that's fair. That's fair,
all
bud.
I ask for is everybody to keep it even and
Hit
give
that like button.
everybody credit instead of trying to beat certain people up to elevate others.
Could you
If you want to be real fair, the special teams didn't do that well because Matt Collins missed about three or four tackles.
Stop being negative, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne, Steven, I gotta call all y'all out on y'all's foolishness. How about that interior run defense that I told you we needed McKinney for? And
let me ask you something. I'm glad you're here. Who started at left tackle yesterday? Estefan, who started at left tackle?
Liam
Oh
Eichenberg.
yeah. I'll take the L on that. Good call, Steven.
Okay.
But you got to give me the floor on this, bro. You have people telling me, all y'all. I was the only one on here telling y'all that we needed McKinney, and I told y'all why. And you had people on here saying, "Oh, well."
You did. And they still don't need them because they, besides the one play, the one play for 35 yards, they held the running backs to 3.3 yards per carry. So they don't need McKinney.
Hey, I
They
gotta
don't
be
need
honest
McKinney.
with y'all.
Bro,
That
you're
was
crazy,
hey,
Dwayne.
no,
The
Esteban,
A gap and the B gap was attacked
Go
the
ahead,
whole
TD.
game.
Esteban, Dwayne has a point, bro. Listen, let me tell you, man. I know, like early in the game, it was oh my gosh, the run
It
again.
was
But
scary.
I gotta be honest with you. We didn't do as bad of a job. It's just that we're looking at the big gasher they had, and how they did it. We wanted to know if we could stop the run first play of the game, 30 yards. Oh my God, that's all we know. But if you really look at it, man, we didn't do an excellent job, but we didn't do bad stopping the run. And I'm going to tell you, we start doing better stopping the run because now they said, you know what, let's stop running the ball as much, and they put Mac in the shotgun more. Remember, they started the game and they didn't throw a single pass for like 8 plays. And then all of a sudden, Mac Jones, after we start tightening up, Mac Jones just start shotgun. And then they tried on occasions to get back to the run, but they had to go right back to the shotgun. This wasn't a blowout game where they had to spread it out. This man had empty backfield sometimes.
Do we get a clear sight on who's doing the play caller? Is it Ghazi?
No, we don't know yet. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, initially.
It's Ghazi that I'm
We
All right,
might
guys,
have
check it out. But I want y'all, hold on.
I still don't agree with it. They attacked the A and the B gap. That's
No. We could have did better. I agree. McKinney would have made us shut them down.
2 things.
Steven needs to shut down to give him a chance.
All right. 3 things. Number 1, tomorrow morning, I'm going to have Daniel Ofusi, the new beat reporter from the Miami Herald, on tomorrow morning. So please come check that out. He's going to start doing Dolphins report with me on Tuesdays. Great guy, great kid. Go follow him on social media and support him. Good kid. Number 2, if you guys missed any of the show today, please go back and watch the show and share it. Help me out. Help me help you. Number 3, I can't count, obviously. Number 3, y'all need to go check out TD in the morning, every morning at 7 a.m. And make sure you follow him throughout the day. Although I don't know if TD did it today. TD, did you do it today?
No, bro. All I remember is 6 o'clock. I said time because I went to sleep at 3 a.m. So I remember 6 o'clock. I woke up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get my little 15 minutes. I'm gonna get another 15 minutes. Man, I woke up. It was 7:40, and I said, man, you know what? Steven's about to come on. He got everything covered. And I said, oh my gosh, it's 8:30. Let me go. Bro, yesterday wore me out. I was streaming since 11 a.m. to like 10 p.m. Because I did 5 streams yesterday, I think. And then I'm on the phone all night with different people, and EM had me up the latest. And we were just chatting about the game and stuff like that. And then I start checking all my messages and all of that. But then I went to sleep after 2, like almost 3 o'clock, man. And my body is, I don't know why it's in pain right now. Like I get it because I realized I was jumping up and down on the stream.
TD,
I was jumping up and down and all of that yesterday, man.
Hey TD, you can just admit it. You were still feeling down about the U almost losing to Appalachian State.
Again,
Dwayne, I wish you was on my channel right now so I could block you, bro. I wish I could just hit that mute button right now. I got one to pick with you.
Hey, make sure you guys check out TD most mornings.
No, it'll be every
7
morning. This morning was, man, I just had to keep it 100 with y'all. That's exactly what happened, bro. I didn't realize yesterday would wear me out so much. But it did. Oh, man.
Check him out from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then you come over and hang out with me from 8 a.m. to around 10:15, 10:30, it looks like today. But I also want to remind you all, I'm going to be in Miami Thursday night. So Friday morning, we are doing a live show. We are doing a live show from Dirty Sportswear. I'm going to announce the location. I would love if fans that live in the Miami area come out and hang out. If TD wants to make a 3-hour drive, I'm just saying you come hang out.
You going to the
with
game?
me. I'm going to the game. We're doing a pregame show live. But if you want to hang out with me Friday morning, I'm doing a 2 or 3 hour live stream Friday morning from Dirty Sportswear with Cameron.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now, it's not gonna happen because we'll be we may be in Dallas to attend a funeral of a family member. So
okay, I'm sorry for your loss, man. But know that my thoughts and love is with you, and it's gonna be crazy in Miami this weekend. It's
awesome,
gonna be crazy
man.
This weekend.
You know, I'll make sure people know about it, bro.
All right, I love you, brother. Be good, and I'll send everybody over to your channel here in a minute.
Wait! Don't leave yet.
Yeah, don't let Steven leave. Don't let him leave, y'all.
Who channel is the AFC East Roundtable on this week?
Yours truly.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll get that alert.
Yours truly.
And if y'all have not hit that like button, please hit that like button. Donate to the show. Whatever y'all need to do, just help the channel grow. That's all I care about is helping the channel grow.
McKinney's still out there. Dwayne don't know what he's talking about. Don't believe that foolishness. Go get him. Go get him.
Guys, also tonight, real quick, make
We
sure
don't need him.
if you like some combat sports, Fire and Ice Combat Sports tonight, 8 p.m. with Angel Ortiz. Make sure you go check out the #1 combat sports show. All right, I'm out, y'all. Y'all be good. Have fun. Have a great day, TD. Love you, brother. Estefan, Pamela, Al, Rashad, D-Dub. Fins up.
Estefan, you way on base, baby.
I'll be live in about 5 minutes, man.
All right, y'all head over to TD stream. See y'all later.
Right,
peace. Y'all be good. I hope y'all had a great time and fun time today. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. I love hanging out with y'all. Y'all the best fans in the world. Can't do this without y'all. Y'all the best. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all are absolutely the best. Okay? I will see y'all tomorrow. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 8 a.m. My man Daniel's going to be hanging out with me. We're going to have a good time. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Fins up. Peace.